tell people, I think the two biggest disruptors to any industry are going to be AI and blockchain, right? And then I follow it with Bitcoin is the greatest distraction from the greatest disruption that is ultimately coming to financial services and other businesses. And that is not to say that Bitcoin has no value. Bitcoin is the greatest distraction from the greatest disruption. Bitcoin is the greatest distraction.
Largest warship in the world. And who follow us and rocks with us, I know none of us are missing it.
September 2021.
They're down 40%.
Financial system changing over.
Crypto is an opportunity.
All right, what's good, the crypto gang? I'm Queen.
I'm D.
And I'm Maverick. Welcome to another episode of BlockNation. Make sure you guys text BlockNation to 26786. That gets your text opt-in, so when we ever go live, we have a new merch, anything we have going on, you guys get a text from us. So text BlockNation to 26786.
All right, for sure. So yeah, it's been a lot going on with this war and everything just going on in the world. There's a lot of crypto news that broke out this week. So we'll first start off with the new stablecoin bill that they said will be introduced to Congress this week. So this is a big deal because this is really what we've been waiting for this whole time, honestly. This is what's gonna basically take off those banking tokens or them ISO tokens. But how y'all feel about that?
I'm glad they breaking it, and I think Forbes is one of the outlets that actually broke it out. Broke out the news anyway. Shorty was explaining, the Senator Kristen. So they basically was explaining how the legislation develops two paths for stablecoin issuers. The first path would be depository institutions that would allow both federal and state bank charter depository institutions to become stablecoin issuers after the approval process. And the other path would be for non-depository institutions that would give federal government supervision authority over the state non-bank institutions while preserving states as the primary functional regulator. So basically, they just want to regulate shit either way you look at it. You know what I mean? They're gonna do it one way or another, yo. They want
it ain't even something. That's the thing. A lot of people don't like it, and no, we don't like it. But at the end of the day, it's gonna happen. So it's no point of sitting here and spending a lot of energy on just trying to, I guess, debunk it or avoid it or not talk about it, because at the end of the day, they're gonna be involved. The thing about it is, I don't think they can ever fully control crypto, though. This is just their way of trying to, I guess, as more and more people get educated on it, they want to already have a handle on it, because most people aren't going to go deep into DeFi and understand those protocols. So I think this is their way of just trying to grab it early before everybody, before the masses catch on.
Yeah. And when the masses catch on, they're going to be using, the easiest platforms that there is. It's probably going to be a platform easier than Coinbase, to get, crypto. They probably be able to get crypto just by walking outside. You know how you just see the Bitcoin machines? It's probably going to be way more accessible than that. I don't even know how, but it's going to be accessible. So like you said, they just want their piece, man. They want their piece. The government is always going to get their piece, whether you like it or not, right?
Right. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Yeah, but where were you at, man, when you found out? Like, what you was thinking when you heard about it? Or did I call you? Am I the one that told you?
You're the one that called me, and I was out and about, and she was like, "Man, pick up the phone." She was like, "Nigga, pick up the phone." I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" So you're the one that told me when the news broke. I was like, "Oh, it's going down." So you already know, like, this is what we've been talking about, we've been waiting for, and it's here. They're doing it right before the bull run, so we already know what that is. It's all planned, you guys.
Yeah, so just for some clarity for those that are unaware, the stablecoin legislation is pretty much gonna basically help XRP and the rest of these other tokens that we waiting on to take off the banking tokens. Because pretty much these banks and institutions won't get in without regulations. All right, so next in crypto news, we have the DTCC. So I just wanted to kind of put this out here as a reminder, because it's an implementation date for T1. So the T1 implementation date is basically them integrating instant payment. So T1 is it'll take maybe a couple of hours for you to receive a payment, opposed to 3 to 5 business days. And then T0 is going to be like what Ripple does. You'll get it in 2 to 5 seconds. So, but T1 goes right into T0. So this implementation date is on May 28th, 2024. You can see it on the DTCC website. I guess, do you want to tell them what the DTCC is?
Oh, well, yeah. You know, the DTC is the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. You already know the jokers that own the stocks. You don't own stocks on the stock market. They do. Like Ash was saying, the settlement is going to go from 3 to 5 business days to, you know, hours to seconds, you know. So all these dates, you know, the May 28th, that's that implementation date. So they're already beta testing it, because I already seen like the other day how India, they like pretty much ready to go, yo. And how we talked about with India, they pretty much, you know, on their come up, because they've been on this, you know, crypto wave for a long time. So with them doing the beta testing for the implementation for T1 and all that, yo, Jokers is ready. You know what I mean?
Ty's right. What people got to understand is I called it. And if you watch the BlockNation lives on TikTok, you know we've been on there, and I told y'all, I said we got to get legislation before that T1 implementation date. It doesn't make sense. If you know what T1 is and what this means, it makes absolutely no sense for us not to have stablecoin legislations before that date. It didn't make any sense to me. And I'm like, this bill has to be at least getting introduced and getting ready to get signed before this happens. And I called it, bro. I called it. And it was a dead giveaway with Ripple, because that goes, I guess that'll put us right into that next topic with Ripple. How that ties into Ripple dropping that stablecoin.
Yeah, that's gonna be mad. That's gonna be mad. That's the biggest sign probably of this year, or probably ever. Because what is that?
And I know a lot of people have questions. A lot of people have questions about the Ripple stablecoin. Some people think, oh, so they're not going to use XRP. Listen, XRP is used for cross-border payments. It's going to settle the payments. It's not going to be the stablecoin. Just because Ripple is going to launch a stablecoin doesn't mean XRP just gets X'd out. That's even better for XRP, for the liquidity pool, for liquidity purposes, and for what XRP will be used for.
It's more stabilization. It just means more stabilization, because you got to think there's going to be a lot of new millionaires printed, and they got to park their money somewhere.
Crypto 901 had made a good point, because a lot of people were asking, so what about Tether and blah, blah, blah? Like, why would we use Ripple instead of Tether? Well, first of all, Tether is not regulated. That's number one. Ripple has regulatory clarity. So that's already a turnoff, if you think about it, especially for newbies coming in, institutions and all of that. If I know that this stablecoin has already been regulated, they've already went through court, they have legal clarity, then that's where my money's gonna go. It just makes the most sense. But Crypto 901 had a great theory, and if you follow me on Instagram, I posted it on there. But he has a great theory regarding that, and I actually want to read it to you all. This is just his opinion. We don't know if this is a fact. This is not financial advice. But he said that this is what he thinks is going to happen. Ripple is going to buy Tether and use Medico for regulations and accounting. And he said, Brad said they got money and looking for other areas to enter in the crypto space. I thought that theory was like, I hadn't even thought that far into it, because it make you think like, dang, okay, what is going to happen to Tether if Ripple's come out with a stable coin? And he thinks that Ripple's going to pretty much buy Tether.
That's a great theory.
Damn.
That's a great theory.
Yeah,
they got the bread to do it, right? They got the money to do it.
Absolutely. Because I mean, Tether ain't doing nothing but printing. You know, it's backed by them. You know, they're just printing illegal dollars. Illegal. You know what I'm saying?
So, and if Ripple does that, then that makes them pretty much like the market maker, and it makes sense, because like when you're dealing with the world economy and Ripple's going to be the leader in cross-border payments, they would be the biggest stable coin as well. So being that Tether is the biggest right now, it only makes sense to buy them and get them out of trouble.
And shout out to Kurt, because Kurt said it best. Kurt said USDT served as an international dollar, and Ripple already has a global presence. It makes hella sense for them to just come together opposed to being oppositions. Like it makes more sense.
Shout out to Nano.
I guess they'll call it what, XUSD or something.
XUSD.
Or it could be USDX.
USDX.
That'd be dope.
It'll be one or the other. So hey, that's something definitely. That was a good theory. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Ripple making moves, but the thing about it is, people were like, well, you know, Ripple's late. Why do they just do this now? Like we've been on time. Ripple's been using the stablecoin this whole time. This is why y'all have to read and not just read headlines. Brad Garlinghouse said in the interview, he said we've been using stablecoins basically within their processes. So what you guys got to think about is, why did they decide to announce it right now? clearly Ripple, we know Ripple working with them people. So the real question is, why did they decide to announce it right now? And then right after Ripple announces the stablecoin, we then go into, oh, Congress all of a sudden wants to introduce, that's when Senator Loomis comes out and says, hey, we're going to introduce this stablecoin legislation bill. Literally days later.
So, yeah. This is they do stuff. Listen, we've been telling y'all, and we had the astrologist on one time. They do certain things around certain energies. Being that the eclipse just happened and everything like that, that shit is important. You know what I mean? To them. So it's like they bring in a new era of doing business. So that's just what they do, yo. And
just for clarity, for people that's like, Ripple can't buy Tether. Yes, they can. Ripple's worth $27 billion. I think y'all need that. This is why research is imperative. Ripple's worth $27 billion. They can buy whatever they want to. In America.
Put it this way. Just put it this way. And put things in perspective on how much money Ripple actually has. They were in court for years, spending hundreds of millions of dollars and still buying companies while in court with the SEC.
Yeah.
Still getting partnerships, still spending money. Nothing stopped. That court case didn't stop anything but slow down XRP's price. That's all it did.
That's it.
But on a business perspective, from a business side, it ain't stopped nothing.
It should have made y'all just pay attention more to what's going on. Yo, it gave you mad time to catch up. And like what you said, having the money to buy like USDT. USDT is backed by nothing but imaginary, a figment of your imagination. that's what USDT is backed by, a figment of your imagination.
Well, yeah, USDT, like they paid their fines and whatnot, and yeah, they got some money, but like it's still pretty shaky.
It's not regulated. They don't have any. We don't even know if they're actually showing us all of their, they're supposed to report anything over $10,000. We don't know if they're doing anything. So at the end of the day, I see where this is going. If a blind man could see this, like you see where this is going, bro. And it's with the fact that the stablecoin, Ripple announcing a stablecoin, and then Congress saying, okay, well, it's gonna get with a senator saying that it's gonna get introduced to Congress in the coming like days after Ripple announces a stablecoin. They go together, guys. They work together. If you couldn't figure that out, I don't really know what to tell you. So next, we got some more big news. Basically, this is something that we've been waiting for as well. Hong Kong approved their spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. That's been something we've been waiting for in the crypto space because that's a lot of money that's getting ready to pour in.
Damn, they bracing for it, yo. They've been bracing for this for a while now, but now it seems like it's really coming to fruition, right?
Yeah, it's saying expectations for Hong Kong to approve the ETF products are seen as one of the biggest market moving events for the cryptocurrencies in the near term. And it's funny that they do this right before the halving date.
And Bitcoin just tanked to 62. It's back to 64 now. I'm looking at it at the time of this recording. But it's funny that all that happens, it dips, and now they're gonna be doing this ETF, so they're getting in at a good price.
So the market tanked. Y'all gotta see the timing of the market when it tanked, and then everything happening with the. I guess we might be in World War III. Is it safe to say that? Might as well. Might as well say.
Hong Kong is a huge market. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like top 5 in the world, right?
It is. I think they're in the top 5 or 7 when it comes to billionaires who live there. Right. So there's a lot of bread there.
Whole lot of bread. So listen, Hong Kong, they on with it. They with it. They with the shits.
Definitely pay attention to Hong Kong, because when that gets approved, that means Bitcoin's getting ready to shoot up. So I will be definitely paying attention to that. All right. So next we have keep stacking.
Yo, keep stacking, whatever it is. We stack these assets, we stack crypto, I love gold, I love silver. CBS back at it again. 3 reasons to invest in gold with high prices. You know what I'm saying? CBS is trying to give y'all like the real news. And I was talking about this with Rick the other day. Shout out to Rick. Gold has been going to all-time highs like damn near like every week. You know what I mean? Even if it's like, $50 from where it was the last time. So gold is it's that shit right now. and it's a safe haven. It's always been like a safe haven, but now it's like a clear safe haven. So CBS is trying to tell y'all like, yo, we're going to tell y'all the real news, you know what I mean? Because we're struggling. You know, these news outlets are struggling. CBS is struggling. CNN is struggling, you know, against content creators like us and other people that's on these platforms. So CBS has to tell the news. CNN has to tell the news now. Like, they can't lie as much. So for them to tell you like, yo, buying gold is a good investment, I don't know. You may want to look at it. You know, don't take our word for it. Look at it for yourself.
If you don't see past the news, this is how you miss out on opportunities. This is how you miss out on wealth opportunities. If you sit there and you're dependent on the news to tell you when to go invest and when to go get rich, you're never going to get rich.
You should probably follow the news only for the sake of what not to do and look for certain signs. That's the only reason I even pay attention to the news, because I'm like, okay, what do they really mean? What are they really saying? And look at what else is happening or the opposite, and that's your sign.
Yep. Look for the opposite. So, you know, CNBC, they saying the same thing. You know, gold shatters record highs. So these outlets are telling you like what's going on. You know, they're not lying. I mean, they're still lying, but they're not lying as much. You know,
they're lying.
But
yeah, stuff like that is kind of undeniable.
Yeah, CNBC literally telling you gold keeps surging.
Yep.
So why would you not be getting involved? Silver is another one. Like, definitely make sure you get involved in silver.
Silver is highly suppressed. You know, if you guys follow us, you know, Crypto Rick, he tells us all the time.
Yep.
Silver be the sleeper.
Super sleeper.
Sure, and make sure y'all tap that at Cost Metals link. We'll have it in the bio. Make sure you guys tap on that. D, I can't.
Nah.
What's going on? Why is the screen looking like that?
What's going on?
Hello, BlockNation. Did you know there is a world that connects 8 billion users in a social and immersive world? This world is Expectar, built on the XRPL. Expectar sets up an infrastructure for 3D builders, content creators, and entrepreneurs to thrive in a social and immersive web. With the power of blockchain, you have complete control over your digital identity. Utilizing Fuel Stack, you have access to a multi-chain global economy. This isn't just another virtual world. They're pioneering the next evolution of the web, a hyper-realistic metaverse that breaks down physical and financial barriers. There, you can find dynamic activities as real as your interactions, creating an ecosystem that revolutionizes not only how you connect, but how you transact, trade, and thrive. Here are a few use cases. The world of Expectar provides a wide range of interactive and lucrative uses for individuals and businesses alike in their personal and entrepreneurial pursuits. On Expectar, you can host sporting events, fashion shows, music concerts, charity events, travel experiences, and even education. You can host filming, premieres, product launches, and brand activations on this platform. Now, what if this metaverse was here in real life? Well, I have good news. This company called True Gamers is a UAE-based esports network. They have revealed plans to build the world's first esports island in Abu Dhabi. The groundbreaking project, which is estimated to cost a whopping $280 million, will be worth $1 billion when it's finished. Upon completion, the development will comprise of luxury resort, tournament venues, and training facilities. Can you imagine an island that's built for gamers? What would that look like? Gamers can train on this island, practice, but will it just be on laptops and desktops? AR and VR is developing as we speak. Imagine AI incorporated throughout this island for gamers. What companies will want to advertise on this island? On one side will be the GG Resort, a 200-room hotel with gaming computers, a spa, and a swimming pool. In the middle will be GG Boot Camp, a professional training facility decked out with high-performance PCs, rest areas to relax or sleep in between sessions. Next door will be TG Arena, where tournaments, conferences, and exhibitions will be held. The arena will feature a streaming area for content creators and will be able to accommodate console and PC gamers. The island will also offer balanced nutrition programs so that players won't have to think twice about their diet. There's a few gamers out there that have been playing blockchain games, didn't even know it. If you're looking at Epic Game Stores, in the search bar, you can type blockchain games and see multiple pages of games from the blockchain. That includes Gala. Gala is one of the huge markets when it comes to blockchain gaming. This is important because $1.5 billion was invested by Disney. What does Disney know? Disney announced this investment as part of a strategic move to expand their presence in the gaming industry. This investment was made public on February 7th, 2024, and is aimed at creating an expansive and open games and entertainment universe, which will be connected to Fortnite, the biggest game in the world. The collaboration also includes Disney acquiring an equity stake in Epic Games. This means Disney owns a part of Epic Games now, and this partnership is part of a multi-year project that seeks to leverage the reach and appeal of Disney's vast array of franchises that includes Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more, to create a new universe for gamers to explore. Interesting. The entertainment universe will not only be offering gaming experiences, but also opportunities for players to engage with content creators and stories from these beloved franchises in the new and innovative ways. The collaboration intends to utilize Epic Games' Unreal Engine, a leading game development platform, to power this new universe. The Unreal Engine is already used in development of various Disney products, including video games and theme park attractions. This move by Disney marks their most significant venture into the gaming space, reflecting a strategic shift to tap into the growing gaming market and engage with audiences across different platforms. It also highlights the growing trend of major entertainment companies investing in gaming and digital experiences as a means to expand their reach and appeal to new audiences, which they can do much quicker with blockchain technology. Here's also a little gem for you guys who may not know. Back in 2022, Facebook had a group that was creating a stablecoin for Meta. The project was abandoned. The team left and created their own blockchain. This blockchain is SUI. This blockchain was made for gamers. This is important because they just did a collaboration with TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. SUI Network is way ahead of the game. SUI Play OX1 will be the first handheld gaming console with native Web3 capabilities. Gamers, you might want to keep an eye out on this one.
Damn, that was crazy. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
we
wild.
back, y'all. Sorry about that.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, these hackers be getting crazy, bro.
Damn, yo. They need to hack like 100 million in my bank account. That's what they could do.
Right, exactly. But next we have current events. So it's just a few things that I gotta point this out because we've been talking about UBI for years now. So the guaranteed income programs are expanding. So they were doing little pilot programs here and there in little counties. I know they were doing them, in California, in a few counties, and then they scattered out to other states. But now it's getting more, they're expanding even more on these programs. And it's like, I think they just put like $1.8 billion in a guaranteed income program. I'm sorry, 1.8 million. But it's a guaranteed 1.8 million. That that the government just really put out there. So they pretty much said in this Daily Huddle article, it says a guaranteed income program expands as government prepares to hand out cash in major U.S. cities.
Damn. So what city is this though?
This is in Denver. It says the Denver Basic Income Project is expanding its $1.8 million pilot program for another 6 months to give as much as $1,000 to 660 participants. What we really showing y'all is they are doing all of these trials. They're testing it with, a few hundred people here, a few hundred people there, just to make sure it works, to see how people react to it. And next thing you know,
UBI. We told y'all. We've been telling y'all.
Yeah.
We've been telling y'all. So the fact it's in Denver, it's extending out to Denver. I know it was in California. It was in a couple. It's in a bunch of states, but now it's in Denver. So it's if pretty soon it's gonna be in all 50 states. They're gonna have pilot programs for all 50 states. As AI keeps taking over and y'all keep getting laid off. Here you go.
They got programs that rolled out in Canada and the UK too, in small cities too. So they testing this everywhere.
Yeah, they are testing this. So in this article, they say the first group is collecting $1,000 per month for a year. The second group received a one-time payment of $6,500 and then $500 for 11 months.
That's helpful. I don't care what nobody says. More than what you had. I don't think anybody would turn down $1,000, an extra $1,000 a month, or or getting a one-time payment of $6,500. That's like a free tax return. Right. Like that's insane.
But what does that mean long term? What does that mean long term?
Yeah, you gotta ask, why are y'all doing these programs? What is this trial for? What is this? You know what I'm saying? You gotta start asking questions. But some of y'all just be like, oh, they giving us some money, and y'all just go run and get it, and y'all ask no questions. Like
no, because they getting them used to it. They're gonna get them used to it, and it's like no, I need to keep getting it, and then they're gonna put some strings attached to it, for you to get it.
So, but next in current events, we have the yuan overtakes the US dollar to become the most used currency in China's cross-border transactions. And this was actually last year, the article that I have right here, but also they just overtook it in Russia as well.
So that gives validation to the whole de-dollarization and everything. It's just more validation to that because, a lot of these countries, as we've been talking about, has just been, dumping the dollar. It's like, no, we're not using the dollar. We're gonna give you rubles for oil or, yuan, like you're saying right now, for whatever, you got Russia, wheat or whatever. So it's kind of like the dollars is going to seem like the odd man out, right?
But this is like literally it took over in China first. This was last year, April 2023 last year, and then literally within the same month is Russia this year. The de-dollarization is happening. And then didn't no girl tell you, what's her name? Janet, the one that can barely talk on the mic.
Yeah,
she
Janet
told
Yellen.
y'all, she said that you'll start seeing the US dollar global dominance start climbing.
Yeah.
That's what she said. That was her words, not mine.
It's a world war in all ways, right? So you're talking about the money, the finance, it's a war on money, it's a war literally going on. So all these different things are connected and correlated. So that's why, that doesn't surprise me.
And it makes sense why the stock market just keeps going to all these highs, you know what I'm saying? So they could just, get it as high as they can and then dump.
Be careful in the markets.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But right here in this article, it says the data shows that the yuan has accounted for more than 42% of currency trades in Russia. Alternatively, that figure outshines the US dollar share of 39.5%. So that's the numbers. So the yuan is beating the US dollar in Russia now, which we should have knew was coming, because once they took Russia off the gold standard, what y'all think they was gonna do? Y'all thought Putin was just gonna sit there and be like, oh, okay, well, they took us off, so we can't move no money. No, they're using blockchain and they're using tether. And that's another thing that goes back to the to Congress getting ready to be introduced to the stablecoin legislation. After Putin announces he's gonna start using tether to against US sanctions, they also came out. That's when they said that they wanted to come. Oh, it's time to introduce this bill now. All of a sudden. So all of these things have happened. That's why you got to pay attention, because all of these things are adding up to where this is going.
Definitely gotta pay attention, guys. I mean, we're making it easy for you. This dialogue right here it's not hard to follow.
Next, we have Apple exploring the creation of home robots. That shit scared. I saw that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That shit scared the hell out of me.
What?
Think about a robot around y'all. It's called Apple exploring the creation of home robots as the next big thing. So instead of them focusing on them cars, since they're not doing the Apple car no more, they focusing on these home robots. I think Apple been working on these damn robots. They use the cars as a, just as a like to distract you. And I think they already been working on these damn robots, because I saw that shit. I said, oh, hell no.
Has anybody seen a little movie called I, Robot? I mean,
for sure.
I'm just saying that sounds reminiscent of that.
Damn, yo, I have to say this, since you brought up Apple, the past 6 months for Apple been kind of a struggle. And I got to give, Coop his flowers, because he said this shit over a year ago. He was like, yo, Apple is about to struggle. So this is what happened in the past 6 months. Back in September 2023, they were forced to give up the Lightning port, to adopt the USB-C. And also in September 2023, Apple's fourth fiscal quarter marked the longest revenue slowdown in over 20 years. That's another thing, right? October, no new iPad launch for the first time in a decade.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. Because you got the iPad, right? Back in October as well, a ban was imposed on the new Apple Watch.
Oh, well, wow. that got lifted because they still there. I just bought one. But they had to take out one of the features, because they still get sued, but they had to just take out the features, but they still selling them watches.
January, low iPhone sales in China accounted for 20% of Apple's revenue in 2023. So it's like mad low. In February, Apple cancels its decade-long dream of building a car. They spent over $10 billion before canceling the project. So they canceled.
That's a write-off.
Let me say this, because I work in the cell phone. Let me say this because I work in the cell phone industry. I can honestly say Coop was absolutely right. Give him his flowers. But Samsung came out with that flip. I think D got one of that Z Flip and that other one that flip. Those two phones, people come in there looking for those. They at least entertain it. At one point, people used to walk in the phone stores and they just go, "Oh yeah, I just want to get the new iPhone."
Bro.
Yeah, the Pro. Okay, the Pro or the regular. The Pro, and what you need, a 256 or 512, 256, and you just go grab it. Now they're like, wait a second, let me check this. Like now, at least not some people aren't buying it, but the fact that they're just entertaining it now. It used to that people just didn't even entertain Samsung. So
when I be out, jokers be like, "Man, you just pulled that shit out like that." I'm like, "Yeah, it's old school, because we had flip phones back in the day, but it's like a new version of a flip phone." Hold up, I wasn't done. I had two more things about Apple. February 2024, Apple was fined $2 billion by the EU in a Spotify antitrust case. So that's what happened in February. Just last month in March, Meta, Microsoft, and X joined Epic Games against Apple app fee protests because Apple, been ramping up the fees and all this other shit because they got a stranglehold on the app game. So Meta, Microsoft, and X is just like, man, fuck this. We're going with Epic Games.
So they being challenged now. So
Yeah.
the iPhone era will be coming to a close probably in the next 3 to 5 years.
Uh-oh.
Maybe sooner. And I'm giving it grace saying 3 to 5 years. I'm being very reserved, very conservative.
Damn. And then that's like
we kind of seen it coming.
Yeah, the price of the iPhone is high too. A lot of people can't afford it nowadays. So
people tired of that extra $30-some charge.
My bad, guys. It was one last thing.
Damn.
It's a perfect segue. I told you that the past 6 months been rough for them. In March again, just last month, the U.S. Department of Justice sued Apple for illegally monopolizing the smartphone market. So damn.
Oh shit! That one flew under the radar because I didn't see that.
Yeah,
that flew under the radar. That was real low. I didn't see that. So for monopoly, that's a big deal for monopolizing the cell phone market.
Illegally.
Illegally.
Which is that allegedly, or they just said that?
I mean, this is the DOJ, yo. The DOJ don't play.
It can't be alleged if they're actually suing on grounds of actually having some proof.
Oh shit!
Because they're not gonna be. That's crazy.
Well, I kind of figured, and something told me when I got this iPhone 15 that this was probably gonna be the last one I get. I had a feeling. You know how you just had this feeling sometimes when you be buying, you always buy the same thing. You like, I think this is probably gonna be the last time I get this.
It's a wrap.
It's the end of an era.
That's kind of how I felt. I didn't know why I felt like that. I didn't know why. I just was like, I think this probably will be my last iPhone.
You know what it is too? As more people get Samsung and other phones, it's not so like taboo now to even have it. When you see a green bubble, and I've seen a lot of people that I've been texting lately who actually have those green bubbles now. I'm like, oh, they don't even have iPhone no more. Yep. So a lot of people are switching low key.
Yeah, damn. Okay, well, Apple, it's the end of an era. It was a good time. I mean, you're here for a good time, not a long time. It's been cool. I still fuck with y'all iMacs and y'all MacBooks though. I don't think nobody's still gonna beat y'all in the computer industry. I think y'all still
computers is A1. Computers is A1.
Yeah, I think y'all got a promising future in that field, and maybe y'all should take that and run with it. But the cell phone game, y'all might be.
They worry about the robots. That's what it is.
That is what it is. They don't even care about the phones no more because eventually we won't even have this big of a phone no more. It's gonna be it's gonna be what we're gonna have like what the they want us walking around with glasses on and goggles and shit. So all right, well, sorry, Apple. It's been nice. It's been nice though. Y'all got a lot of my money, so I don't really care. All right, well, next we got sports and entertainment. So we just gotta talk about this transfer portal.
Can you explain what a transfer portal is?
Basically, when I don't like something, I could just leave now and I don't have to sit out for a year. So it used to be when you transferred in college, if you transferred from UCLA and you went to Stanford, you would have to sit out for a year. Now you can transfer and play immediately.
So it's basically free agency. Yeah,
it's like being in the league for real. Yeah, this transfer portal is getting serious because now it's a thing now. Like people are anticipating the transfer portal like we anticipate the NBA free agency. It's like that now. It's crazy. Like, cause soon as college basketball season was over, people immediately was like, all right, who's transferring? And I think UNC made it a big thing too because when UNC got Manic 2 seasons ago when he came to Carolina. And we almost won a national championship. I throw that in there. But no, UNC kind of made it a thing where now every season they get one grad student coming from like another school that was like kind of a big deal in another conference. And it's like every school is doing it. Like named Haley from LSU, she left like she announced it 2 days after LSU lost.
She's like, Angel out, I'm out.
I won't even that. I think it was some bullshit on that team, but. She said she out of there.
Well, the game is getting tainted with the money, right?
Bro, that's literally what it is. It's like you want to go to a school where you like if I can leave Providence and go to USC where those like you gotta think about it. If you just on that team, you're making money. Like Matt was telling us about, on another video how the UCLA and USC football players, they live in downtown LA. All of them don't have NIL deals. How the hell all y'all can afford to stay down here?
They got they got Range Rovers, like they balling right now.
They balling. This shit is like league stuff now. I'm like, damn, I wish I was born in 2006 now.
That's big. I know. I mean, man, all this stuff out they getting, man, like It's crazy.
It's
Yes,
like they told us to be happy with a scholarship. They're like, we'll be glad we paying for your school. Like, damn.
You happy with that scholarship? You know,
you getting money, get the transfer and all this stuff.
Yeah,
man, they getting sent. They getting sent. I saw in the women's tournament, it was one company that literally paid each player like $500 just to if they posted something on their social media. When you in college and you just get a free $500, hell, even when you're an adult, but a free $500 to post something on my Instagram. Come on, bro.
So are we gonna see more, last note, are we gonna see more kids stay in college like 3-4 years now?
We could, I think we will, because they
no
get
more
paid,
one and dones.
Well, the thing about it is for men, it'll still be one and dones because the NBA is still gonna pay more. But for women, if the WNBA doesn't fix this issue they have financially, the women are gonna stay 4 years, maybe 5, because they're gonna make most of their money in the college. So it makes sense.
Women, I think.
I'd go ahead and get my damn master's if I was a girl playing right now. Hell, I'm here all 5 years. And if I can get a 6-year, I'm getting that too.
milk that.
I would milk it.
Sense. And I think they're doing that only because it feeds and lines their pockets too, right? So the longer you stay in college, the more you're gonna pay tuition and everything else. Now you got money to pay that tuition. So it's just a lot, and a lot more money is moving through the system. So they're like, we can keep these kids in here longer and get paid from these companies now. So it makes
and as this, because it's still new, as this continues to go on, which exactly what you just said, we're gonna start seeing more of. We're gonna start seeing more of that.
Yo, to segue from the sports and entertainment in the middle, rest in peace to the Juice, O.J. Simpson. You know what I mean? One of the best college players of all time.
I had a side theory about that real quick. OJ. side theory real quick. When he died, they said like when his slogan when he's in football, the juice is loose, and then they said it in his trial. Beetlejuice Part 2, the trailer just came out, and what did he say when he came back up from the thing? He said, "The juice is loose." He said, "Oh, the juice is loose," and then OJ dies.
Oh, I got chills when you said that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy to even think about, man. Yeah, R.I.P. OJ, man. Oh,
hey,
man.
However you feel about him, he was a hell of a player.
He was a hell of a player. You look at him as an athlete. Don't look at him as a criminal. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, he was acquitted. That's all we know. He's acquitted.
You got to quit it. He got to quit it.
We got to talk about this last thing in sports. How do y'all feel about Bronny James declaring for the NBA draft, but he also hit the transfer portal?
I heard a GM anonymously, say that he ain't ready for the NBA and all this stuff like that. But he can come to it. It don't even matter.
Trying to play with his dad.
Yeah.
I think he goes undrafted and the Lakers pick him up.
Or whatever team LeBron's on. You know what I mean?
And then after that, he's gonna go there, and then he's gonna end up in the G League. That's what I think gonna happen.
Because he's not as
good. Bryce is better than him. Bryce is already better than him. It's gonna be better than him in my opinion.
I heard he's more like
I feel bad for him though. I feel bad for him because I don't even want to get on here and talk about him because he's a kid. At the end of the day, I feel bad for him. I feel like he's not getting he was never gonna get a fair shot at this game on a competitive level because of who his daddy was. He was never going to be able to organically get offers and get a spot on a team.
They're going to compare him to his dad, obviously. And then, you got to think, LeBron was a once-in-a-lifetime player. He was, you're not going to be as good as LeBron. There's no way. If you see his tapes from high school, it's kind of
insane. It's insane.
He was doing shit he was abusing, it was child abuse. He was just killing people. And it was just you're not going to be that good. There's no way.
I was watching a podcast with some ex-NBA players, Teague and all them. They was on the podcast and they were talking about it. And he basically said he can't play college basketball. He'd probably be better in the NBA just because of how the NBA is played. But I'm like, man, I just don't think he could do either or, honestly. At the end of the day, he's not getting a fair shot, bro. I feel bad for him, but hey, take advantage of the opportunity. I wish him the best. If he hit the trend, I think he should stay in college another year. But I know his daddy putting all this pressure on him and want him to play with him. And I know Bron probably ready to retire. So it's he played another year in college. Bron got to play another year in the NBA. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. That's
one more year. We got one more year, I think.
I think he needs to stay in college one more year too. And I think he needs to go to a lower Division I school. I think USC is too big I always said he was a D1 player, but he wasn't a D1 like on the big stage D1. Like he need to go to like a
smaller
Providence
school, like
or
a smaller
D1, a smaller D1 school, but a D1 school that could still make the tournament. I ain't saying he need to go play D3 or nothing, but he need to go to like one of them schools like where he can develop as a player, where they actually develop players.
Like one of those schools that's on the
those
bubble. One of those schools that's like on the bubble.
Yeah, that's all.
D1.
Yeah, that's all.
Got you.
Like Steph Curry went to Davidson. They like as long as they win their conference, they're going to the tournament.
Yeah.
Like he needs to go to a school like that, like Steph, like where he can develop, and then we could see the best Bronny we could see without, you know what I'm saying. But he's always gonna get compared to his daddy, so it just is.
Or he can just go to the G. Or he can just go to the G League, right? Or no,
yeah, but he can't even do that because his daddy gonna want him to just play with him in the Lakers. So that's why I said, bro, just in a bad. The whole LeBron thing is just a bad situation for him. I wish him the best though. But next we have question everything.
Yeah, question everything, you guys. This is a double whammy, actually. I'm gonna put 2 for 1 in this one, real quick. So we all know World War III is pretty much started. We got, China with Taiwan that hasn't cracked off yet, but that we have Israel and Palestine. We have Russia with Ukraine. Now Iran, attacked Israel in, retaliation of, allegedly, they killed one of their generals, all this stuff. D, what did you just tell me before we started? It was a correlation with 9/11. Break that down real quick.
So Israel came into power or, became known May 14th, 1948. And the attack that happened was at April 12th, April 13th, one of those days. Yeah. Guess how much time between when they first came into, power or whatever to the attack? 911 months.
Damn. Okay.
So y'all can't say numerology not a thing, but go ahead, man.
It is. 900 months, right? Tell me why the same exact thing happened last year when Israel and Palestine cracked off. So that happened in October, right? October 6th. That's when the war started between them two. There was an episode of South Park. So there was an episode that depicted Israel and Palestine at a concert together. They were coming together and they were at a Van Halen concert. Van Halen was an old 80s guitarist, very famous back in the day. They aired that episode 9 years and 11 months from the day they got attacked. So 9/11 again. So then the day the war started, Eddie Van Halen, who was in the cartoon at the concert, he actually died on that date as well, October 6th, the day the war started. So all these things connect. So I find it very interesting how it was 900 months and 11, 900, it was, you said
911 months. Yeah.
There you go, 911 months. So there again, that 9/11 conspiracy. So that's one. The twofer is all this crazy stuff has been happening since the eclipse. Now, everybody was talking about the eclipse and everything that was going on with the eclipse. So everybody was like, oh, okay, nothing's happening with the eclipse and whatnot. Okay, going back to numerology. There was a huge earthquake in Taiwan, and there was a huge earthquake in New York as well. So all these things that's happening, like right before and right after the eclipse. So for one, the New York one, it was a 4.8. What's the day of the eclipse? 4.8.
4.8. Damn.
Right? Damn. So then after the eclipse, everybody's saying, oh, nothing happened after the eclipse. It was a wash. No, a lot of stuff did happen. So right in, my hometown in Los Angeles, in the Valley, this crazy story, I don't know if you guys heard it, about an influencer that she was an astrologer, and this is on the date. She kills her boyfriend, stabs him like over 10 times, takes the kids, rushes out, busts through the gate, goes on the freeway, throws her kids out of the moving car, and then runs into a tree at 100 miles an hour and kills herself. That's one story. And yeah, I get it. A lot of crazy stuff happens all the time, but this is way more bizarre than usual. That same day in Las Vegas, what happens is that there's a deposition that was happening between an ex-wife and ex-husband. So the ex-husband had his dad, who was also an attorney, representing him. The ex-wife had her new dude, her husband, who was an attorney as well, representing her. They're all in a deposition talking about money and kids and all this other stuff. The ex-husband's dad stands up, shoots the new husband, shoots the wife, and then offs himself.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
You like he gonna have the kids.
He gonna have the kids. That's my theory. So that happened on the eclipse day. I ain't done. There was a pipe bombing that happened at the in Salem, Massachusetts, at a satanic church. A pipe bombing. That's one thing. It's caught on fire. The FBI is investigating it.
Yo.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
Yo.
Then
the high collider at CERN, everybody was talking about that, how they're going to fire it up and everything, right? Tell me why the guy who discovered the God particle, which is the reason they created the hydrogen collider in the first place, Peter Higgs, dies on the day of the eclipse.
Oh no. Yeah, oh no.
This is where we at. This is where we at, man.
I'm just saying.
This is where we at.
I mean, so y'all, yeah, call it what y'all want. That ain't no goddamn coincidence. I don't care what nobody say.
All that is crazy.
Nah.
Yo.
Yeah, I was like, yo. So yeah, look into it, you guys. Like, it's a lot of dots being connected. Yeah. So with the war, all the war started after the eclipse. So that was a twofer, and like I think it's all connected. So.
Who's playing the video game in this life?
Yeah.
Who's playing this shit, man?
This storyline is gonna be crazy. Like, bro, when we 85 years old and we tell our great grandchildren these stories, they're gonna think we lying.
Yeah.
If stuff don't get documented, they're gonna think we lying.
Yeah. All the stuff that we've been through, hell, in the last 4 years, the world stopped,
bro.
Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say, bro, because I'm one of them kids. I graduated from high school in 2012, but I can honestly say life has not been. People be saying since 2020. I will say life ain't been the same since 2012, bro.
And you know
everything why? About the earth, and I know something was supposed to happen in 2012. Everybody thought the world was gonna end in 2012. I remember that, but yeah, something just ain't been right. Like it's been different.
2012 is when they first fired up CERN, and they said we created another timeline. So that world ended. That's what they said.
Yeah, and that's probably what really happened. It's crazy. Damn. That's yeah, we're gonna leave y'all on that note. I know
that's why Caps is like, oh yeah, it's cool. Yeah, that didn't happen. But no, it happened though.
It happened, yeah. It's crazy. So yeah, we'll leave y'all with that. Y'all can go do your own Googles and everything because this stuff is getting crazy. But make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias, Twitter. Make sure y'all get in that Telegram. The Telegram. Oh, let's just talk about that real quick. So I know some of y'all like me, Maverick, D. We got a lot of messages. Okay, no one booted anyone from Telegram. We didn't boot anybody. Things just had to start making sense. So the new Telegram is now $2.99 a week. We'll leave a link in the description of this video, and you can get to the new Telegram. We didn't boot you. It was nothing personal. We just had to start. Things had to start making sense, and we made a new Telegram. We needed to get bots out and all types of stuff. Y'all know how it goes. So yeah, just to give y'all some clarification on that. But I'll let Mav tell y'all the text opt-in number.
Yep. So make sure you guys text BlockNation to 26786. That'll get you into our opt-in. So anytime we have a new show coming out, lives, merch, anything we have going on, you get a text from us. We'll also text out the new link for the new Telegram because, like you said, we've been getting out a lot of messages. So we'll send out a text and make sure you guys get that. Subscribe today. And yeah, so text BlockNation to 26786.
For sure. And make sure y'all get some merch. We'll have what the new merch look like at the end of this video. So yeah, but y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.